The lure of a crown. 60 countries from all over the globe have sent beautiful girls to London tonight in search of a title. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss World 1970. Featuring 60 of the world's most beautiful girls. With compere Mike Aspel. Second lucky man, Keith Fordyce. The Mike Sam Singers. Beautiful Eva Rueba Steyer. And Lionel Blair and his dancers.
There's beauty everywhere that everyone can share. A lovely world can be unfurled to those who see and care. We search for beauty gay through every livelong day. And then someone comes into view, and suddenly you find it's true that life is beauty too. America, Australia, or Mexico? Is it Gambia, Mauritius? Well, we just don't know. Nigeria, Liberia, or maybe Spain.
There's just a chance Miss Austria might win again.
United Kingdom, the Philippines, Sweden, France, and Canada, the Argentines, Tunisia, Guyana, Yugoslavia, Colombia, Grenada, Nicaragua, Malaysia to Israel, the Seychelles Isles, from Ecuador to India, there's miles and miles. There's Portugal, South Africa, or Germany. There's Holland, Belgium, Ireland, and there's Italy. But who will be Miss World? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, good evening or good day, depending on what part of the world you're watching us from, and welcome to the Royal Albert Hall here in London, which is the home of the famous Promenade Concerts. And every year, the strains are heard here of Land and Hope and Glory. Well, there's a lot of strain, a lot of hope, and a certain amount of glory to be won at the end, we hope. We've got 58 girls, all here for obvious reasons, so we see them first of all, as we always do, in national costume, starting with Miss Africa South.
Miss Africa South is Pearl Jansen, 20 years old, and she works as a machinist.
Miss Argentina.
Age 22, Miss Argentina is Patricia Salazar. She is a business studies student.
Miss Australia.
Sally Kemp is 19. She's an actress and photographic model.
Miss Austria.
At the age of 19, Rosemary Rech represents Austria. She's a mannequin and photo model.
Miss Bahamas.
Welcome now to June Brown. She's a typist, age 19.
Miss Belgium.
A most attractive girl from Belgium, Francine Martin, age 20. She is a design advisor.
Miss Brazil.
Well, if you don't believe bank clerks can look like this, now you know it's true. A bank clerk, age 22, Sonia Guerra.
Miss Dominion of Canada.
From Prince Edward Island in Canada, Norma Hickey, who's 19 and a model.
Miss Ceylon.
Miss Ceylon is 22. Yolandi Alep is her name. She too is a model.
Miss Colombia.
These South American and Latin American girls have such attractive names. This is Carmelina Bayona Vera. She is 18 and a model.
Miss Cyprus.
A student from Nicosia is 19-year-old Luisa Anastasiades.
Miss Denmark.
The four Scandinavian girls are all classical blondes. 23-year-old Winnie Holman from Denmark is a secretary and model.
Miss Dominican Republic.
Fatima Shekhar, 21, and a makeup artist.
Miss Ecuador.
A noticeably beautiful girl from Ecuador, Sofia Monteverde. She is 20 years old and a university student, a student of psychology.
Miss Finland.
Another blonde from the north of Europe, Hanale Hamara, who's 18 and a model.
Miss France.
Statuesque and dignified contestant from France, Micheline Beaurin. She's 21 and teacher at the School of Paris Hostesses.
Miss Gambia.
And this 20-year-old contestant, who's a stenographer, has the name Princess Margaret Davies.
Miss Germany.
Dagmar Eva Rutenberg, age 19, and she works in a bank.
Miss Gibraltar.
Representing the Rock of Gibraltar, Carmen Gomez, or Gomez. She's 21 and a television romper room teacher.
Miss Greece.
Julie Vardy, age 20, was born in Athens and she's a model.
Miss Grenada.
This gorgeous girl is an air hostess. She's 22 and her name is Jennifer Hoston.
Miss Guyana.
A university student is Jennifer Wang. She comes from Georgetown and she's 18.
Miss Holland.
In Netherlands national costume, Patricia Holman, who's 20, and a mannequin.
Miss Hong Kong.
You've probably read in the paper about Miss Hong Kong coming to the United Kingdom, hoping to meet Cliff Richard. Her name is Anne Lay. She's 19 and a model.
Miss Iceland.
Another blonde from the north, Anna Hansdottir, who's only 17, a secretary and photographer's model.
Miss India.
A very lovely girl indeed is Heather Pavil, who's 24 and a secretary. She was born in Madras.
Miss Ireland.
From Ireland, Mary McKinley, age 20, and she is a production worker.
Miss Israel.
Both student and mannequin. This is 18-year-old Irith Lavi.
Miss Italy.
For an Italian girl, she has a name that seems to come straight from Holland. Marika de Poy. She's 20 and a mannequin.
Miss Jamaica.
Miss Jamaica is Elizabeth Lindo. She's 24 and an air stewardess.
Miss Japan.
Sweet and petite. From Japan comes Hisayo Nakamura, who's 21.
Miss Korea.
Miss Korea is Jung-hee Lee, age 19, and a bank clerk.
Miss Lebanon.
A very attractive smile of Georgina Risk, who's 17 and a half, and a model.
Miss Liberia.
From Liberia, Mamusu Wiles. Mamusu is 20 and a student.
Miss Luxembourg.
From the tiny Grand Duchy comes Rita Massa, who is 18 and a hairstylist.
Miss Malaysia.
Age 23, Mary Ann Wong is a color consultant.
Miss Malta.
Comes as a surprise to see a blonde from Malta. This is Marteza Galea, who's 18 and a model.
Miss Mauritius.
Miss Mauritius is one of us, you might say, a television and radio announcer, age 21, Florence Muller.
Miss Mexico.
Another superb name, Livia Zulima Lapeth Montemayor. She's 18 and a student.
Miss New Zealand.
A Cornish-sounding name for this 19-year-old model. She's Glenys Treweek.
Miss Nicaragua.
Evangelina Lacayo. She's 23 and an executive secretary.
Miss Nigeria.
Miss Miss Nigeria is Stella Owifri. She is 20 and a dress designer.
Miss Norway.
A beautiful blonde from Hamar. She's Aude Foss, age 21, a secretary and photographer's model.
Miss Philippines.
Only 17, Minerva Kagatao is a college student.
Miss Portugal.
And Miss Portugal has a very English name, Ana Maria Lucas. Miss Lucas is 21, a fashion and photographic model.
Miss Puerto Rico.
21-year-old Alma Perez is a junior high school teacher.
Miss Seychelles.
Well, there's a different sort of costume. Nicole Barallon is 17 and a teacher.
Miss South Africa.
Gillian Jessup is 20, unmarried and a student.
Miss Spain.
Spain is Josefina Roman Gutierrez. Age 22, she's a secretary.
Miss Sweden.
And the fifth blonde from Scandinavia, Mai Johansson, age 20, a model.
Miss Switzerland.
The photographer's model and sports teacher is Sylvia Weiser, who's 22.
Miss Thailand.
Just 17, student Dwanjoy Arnakamat.
Miss Tunisia.
Quite a lively character is Miss Tunisia, Kaltoum Kouildi. She's 24 and a nurse.
Miss Turkey.
From Turkey comes Afet Takbey. She is a student aged 18.
Miss United Kingdom.
In the costume of Britannia, here's Yvonne Orms, who's 21, comes from Nantwich, and she's a photographer's model.
Miss United States of America.
Born in Illinois, Sandra Walsfeld is 24 and a model.
Miss Venezuela.
Tomasa Niña de las Casas, 22 years old and a student.
And finally, Miss Yugoslavia.
From Yugoslavia, Teresa Jelmes, 19 and a student.
You've just seen Miss World 1970, because in 45 minutes' time, one of these girls will hold that title. And any ladies who are planning to lock their husbands into the coal shed during the swimming costume sequence, well, you've got a few minutes yet, because we have to meet the judges yet, the people who decide which of these 15 girls, or 15 of them, we'll see again. Who do you think they'll be? That's from the wonder of videotape to the live atmosphere of the Albert Hall. We recorded that parade, as we always do, to give the judges the chance to choose their 15 girls and to give those girls a chance to change into their extremely expensive evening gowns. Now to the judges, those people who are smiling bravely, the people you love to disagree with. So let's meet the judges. They are, first of all, His Excellency, the High Commissioner of Malawi. That well-known film producer and chairman and managing director of EMI, Nat Cohen. The Premier of Grenada, the Honourable Eric Gary. Just one name for our next judge, but we all know it so well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nina. Now the chairman of the panel of judges, also the general manager of BBC Outside Broadcast, Mr. Peter Dimmock. Welcome home, a lady who's working on a film called Quest, which seems the right title in this context. Lovely star Joan Collins. The next judge is His Highness the Maharaja of Baroda. Next, that recording star, by the time I get to Phoenix, the contest will be over, Glenn Campbell. And His Excellency, the Ambassador of Indonesia. And now, the names of the final 15. We've seen them in national costume. Now we welcome them in evening dress, starting with contestant number 1, Miss Africa South. Miss Australia.
Beverly Kemp, who's 19, enjoys painting, roller skating, riding bicycles, and jazz ballet. She also claims to love riding elephants and likes meeting people. It's her second visit to London. She hopes to see inside a big film studio, which explains her big ambition to be a successful actress.
Miss Brazil.
Sonia Guerra is trilingual. She speaks English, French, and Portuguese. She lists her likes as traveling, horses, and children. And one of the things she wants to avoid, strangely enough, cucarachas. To quote her own words, she states how deeply happy she is to know London and to get to feel the manifestations and faces of one of the basic civilizations of the world. Well.
Miss Ceylon.
Yolanda Alep, who's 22, is very straightforward about her ambition. To serve my country, says Yolanda. Her hobbies include playing hockey, dancing and singing. And whilst here, she's hoping to buy an English motor car.
Miss Ecuador.
This very beautiful Miss Ecuador is Sofia Monteverde, a student of psychology whose immediate ambition is to obtain a master's degree. She is also a yoga enthusiast.
Miss Grenada.
"22-year-old Jennifer Hoston was the first person to represent Grenada in the Miss World contest. She's been to London many times and in fact was trained by the BBC as a radio announcer. At the moment, she's an air hostess. Her interests include music, yoga and lawn tennis.
Miss Guyana.
A very popular contestant here, Miss Guyana, Jennifer Wong, calls herself an international hodgepodge. A student from the University of Toronto, she would like to be a professor of modern languages in her own country, and ultimately, she says, a member of the diplomatic corps. She speaks fluently in English, French, Spanish, German, and Arabic.
Miss India.
Heather Fairville is also multilingual. She speaks Hindi, Tamil, English, and Japanese. And her ambition to travel widely is, of course, at this moment being realized. She's won 9 beauty contests and is currently the holder of the Miss Expo 1970 title.
Miss Israel.
"18-year-old Irit Lavi has been elected Miss Elegance and the Water Queen in her native land. She would most like to become a teacher of athletics. And logically, her hobbies include swimming and water skiing.
Miss Philippines.
Minerva Kagatao is studying for her Bachelor of Science degree. But away from that, she enjoys cooking and reading. She speaks English, Tagalog, Ibanag, Ilocano, and a little Spanish. Whilst here, she would like to buy some light-scented perfumes.
Miss South Africa.
"20-year-old Gillian Jessup, who was born in Krugersdorp, looks forward to a career as a public relations officer or as a personnel manager. Hobbies include reading, swimming, and she enjoys art and fashion drawing. This is her second visit to London.
Miss Sweden.
Mai Kristel Johansson, 20 years old. Has an ambition to become a journalist. This is her third trip to London, and on this occasion, the person she says she'd most like to meet is Agatha Christie.
Miss United Kingdom.
Understandably, a partisan greeting for Miss United Kingdom. 21-year-old Yvonne Orms from Nantwich, who's a photographer's model. Her main ambition, self-confessed, is to visit Russia. Her hobbies: swimming, horseback riding, and metal detecting. As many of you'll remember, she reached this contest via being Miss England and Miss United Kingdom.
Miss USA.
Miss USA is Sandra Walsfeld, aged 24, from Illinois. She's a fashion model who's also studied ballet for 16 years. She enjoys dancing, music, reading, and football. Whilst in London, she's still hoping to be able to find herself an attractive mini dress.
And Miss Yugoslavia.
Oh dear, but a lovely smile there from 19-year-old Teresa Jelmes, born in Belgrade, a student, that is their student teacher, who much enjoys poetry and literature.
Well, I said earlier that there would be a lot of hope here tonight. And here's proof, because here is the man who is to place the crown upon the head of Miss World tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Hope.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am very, very happy to be here at this cattle market tonight. Moo. No, it's quite a cattle market. I've been back there checking calves. No, but this is beautiful, and I'm very thrilled to be here once again in this beautiful Albert Hall. I haven't been here for a few years. But I want to assure you, ladies and gentlemen, about the bomb blast. I want to assure you there's nothing going to get blown up here tonight. They've checked every costume in the place. So I think we're all right. This is really my kind of room, though, wall-to-wall girls. And I wouldn't have missed this at all. I've been hooked on girls since I was about 14, when my mother cut off my curls and I found out I wasn't one. Up till then, I was the only kid in school with a choice of powder room. No, I've been a girl watcher since, well, that's how my nose got this way. Pointing at the girl that lived upstairs. You know, the real reason I'm here is because we take Miss World on our Christmas trip every year. It's a morale booster for me. Actually, the Defense Department insists on it. When the guys see her up there on the stage with me, it keeps them in a fighting mood. Last year, Miss World, Miss Ava Ruber Steyer was a big hit with the Air Force. Wherever we went, the fighter pilots, why, they did come out and they did loop-de-loops, they did rolls, they'd fly out in formations, all in her honor, and many of them had planes. And I must say that last year I promised Miss World a part in a picture, and I'll have to do something about it soon because she's getting tired of all the rehearsals. No, can I tell you, I've always had a great interest in beautiful girls. I don't know what causes it. I guess it's something of a vitamin deficiency. But I do have that need, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't want you to think I'm a dirty old man because I never give women a second thought. My first thought covers everything. Can I tell you what a wonderful week I've had here in London. It's been a mad social week for me. Cocktails at Buckingham Palace and dinner at the American ambassadors. Thank heavens I have a drip-dry dinner jacket. Really. And mingling with the royalty, I can hardly wait to go back home. I don't know who to snub first. I will look down on more people than Jackie Onassis at a Marie Callas concert. I worked 2 shows at the Festival Hall for my booker, Lord Mountbatten. That was Monday night, and I'm still alive and well. I guess audiences are sick of violence. But Princess Grace filled in for Noel Coward, and she did a great job. You know, Grace came from Philadelphia, and she went to Hollywood and became a movie star and then married a prince. I don't know if that's the best way to become a princess, but it sure beats the frog-kissing method. Closest I ever came to meeting a real princess was when I shared a locker with Tiny Tim at the YMCA. Phyllis Diller will probably become Hollywood's next princess. That is, she can never find a frog with guts enough to kiss her. But it's been a great week. Just before the show there, we attended a cocktail party at Buckingham Palace. Cocktail party. I heard money was tight, but hot Bovril? And I really appreciate the trouble they went to in my honor. They had an ice cube flown in from Finland. I thought that was real nice. And I love the informal stand-up party at the palace. I didn't ask what happened to the chairs. I'd hate to think they missed a payment. No, this is the second time I was invited to the palace. I guess they wanted the towels back. I won't say the drinks were potent, but it's the first time I ever asked Rudolf Nureyev to dance. He accepted and told me to get into my tutu. Then we did a big show at the Talk of the Town for the World Wildlife Fund, and you get an idea how critical that situation is when you realize that just a few years ago, Soho was teeming with wildlife. Now, the fight to save our wildlife has many rewards, ladies and gentlemen, not the least of which is getting your wife to wear a cloth coat. And we must preserve
The proceedings have been temporarily suspended. The interruption, unwelcome though it is to the organisers, isn't altogether unexpected. 1 or 2 people managed to get onto the stage. At the back of the amphitheatre, there were some demonstrators. They started rattling, and then they blew whistles, and then 1 or 2 of them managed to get through, which was quite an achievement because the security here has been extremely tight. It was realized, though, by the organisers that there has been some criticism before this began. There were threats made earlier in the week to disrupt the contest, and now there's been some trouble inside. I think that the organisers do seem to be getting on top of it. Bob Hope certainly has left the stage while this is sorted out. No, he's back there still. He's a bit bewildered.
Once more.
This is not the kind of situation he normally expects to come up against, but it's a big round of applause for him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a nice conditioning course for Vietnam. I want to tell you, anybody that would try to break up an affair as wonderful as this, with these kind of proceedings, and with these wonderful people and wonderful girls from the entire world, have got to be on some kind of dope, ladies and gentlemen, believe me. I want you to meet the girl that I took to Vietnam last year and all over the world and made a tremendous hit. Miss World of last year, Miss Eva Rubersteyer, right here. There you are, darling. You were kind of lucky this didn't happen to you last year, did it?
No, it did not.
Well, I tell you one thing, this is only going to happen for a little while because sooner or later, these people have to get paid off, you know. There's somebody upstairs that takes care of that. How have you had a great year?
Oh, I did. I had a fantastic year.
Have you, darling?
Yeah, it was a lot of traveling, and I met so many people. It was really fantastic. I enjoyed it very much.
Oh, I'm glad of that. Well, I must say, I must congratulate you on your work that you did around the world last year for all the servicemen. And you're just beautiful. And I want to tell you, you have beautiful eyes.
I think your eyes are nice too.
Yeah, and you have a cute little turned up nose. Well, my nose turns up.
Yes, eventually.
Thank you, darling. Miss Eva Rubersteyer, right there. Thank you, darling. Cars later. Ladies and gentlemen, I watched backstage, and I think the judges are going to have a rough time in this contest because I've never seen so many beautiful girls. I think there's about as pretty, and I've seen a lot of these world contests. Of course, I've never, not under these conditions, but I for a minute there, I thought I was back in vaudeville. I want to also say, because they've asked me to do a few more minutes, it was quite a week because I was on This Is Your Life last Wednesday, and that was something of a shock. I can't tell you what a thrill it is to be in swinging London and then find out your wife is in town. A lot of performers, of course, would be upset if they were caught unawares like that, but not me. I wear my makeup to breakfast. It's part of my deal with the butler. He's got a weak stomach. No, but when the cameras turn on, all I do, you know, is just put on an eyeliner and zip up and I'm ready. And I was really thrilled with all the people that showed up, all the tributes. But I hate to be topped by my president, especially when I'm paying him his salary. I'm flying home tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to it. I've had a wonderful time, and besides, when you fly today, you never know where you're going to land. You know you're in trouble when the hostess says coffee, tea, or map of Havana. No, I have a terrible fear of being hijacked to a country where they never heard of me. I don't mind being killed, but ignored, never. I was on one of those kidnapped flights, and I want to tell you, it was ghastly. It really was. I waited 2 hours for the occupied sign to go off, then the hijacker told me not to move. How'd you like to do the funky chicken all the way to Beirut? No, I think they're going too far with this hijacking. This morning at my hotel, some drunk pulled a gun and told the elevator operator to take us to Cuba. Right at the Savoy. Now, we had a very unusual flight coming over. Very unusual. David Frost wasn't on it. David has more time in the air than Timothy Leary. You know that David makes the trip so fast, he makes that round trip to America so fast, he left yesterday just as his backwash arrived from the day before. David had one very, very frightening experience, a very bad experience, because crossing the Atlantic, he looked out the window and saw himself on a plane coming the other way. That's David Frost. See, he flies a lot. I want to just tell you one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, may I say again that I know we're going to get a very beautiful Miss World, and I just want to tell you that I know the prettiest girl will win, the most talented girl will win, and I just wish them a lot of luck. And I know it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. I have that embroidered on the underwear that I wear at the Academy Awards. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I've always thought Bob Hope was a great guy. After seeing him here tonight, I know it. Don't you agree? Our final 15 have had slightly extra time to get changed in their swimsuits, and they're all lined up now, waiting to appear. This is where the judges are going to pick the last 7, where you at home have the opportunity to pick your last 7. You may not agree, but they're all lovely to look at. First of all, Miss Africa South.
Well, we can't apologise to Bob Hope, but we'd like to if possible. It's now lock him in the coal house time, because we meet the girls in bathing costume. Miss Africa South is Pearl Gladys Jansen. She's 20 years old. She has dark hair and brown eyes. And 36, 24 and a half, 36. Those are the measurements. She works as a machinist.
Miss Australia.
Here's Valley Kemp, 19 years old, Miss Australia. She's an actress and a model, brown of hair and blue of eye. And her measurements are 36, 24, 36.
Miss Brazil.
Miss Brazil is Sonia Yaraguera. She's 22 years old. She has brown hair, dark brown eyes. She measures 37, 24, 37, and she works as a bank clerk.
Miss Ceylon.
Here's Yolandi Shazadi Alip, who's a model, 22 years old. Black hair, black eyes. And her measurements, 34, 23, 34.
Miss Ecuador.
Miss Ecuador is Sofia Virginia Monteverde, 20 years old, a student. Miss Grenada, Jennifer Josephine Huston. She works as an air hostess. She's 22 years old with black hair and dark brown eyes, and she measures 36, 24, 38.
Miss Guyana.
This is Jennifer Diana Wong, Miss Guyana, 18 years old, dark brown hair and hazel eyes, a student, measures 37, 25, 37.
Miss India.
Heather Corinne Fabile is Miss India. She's 24 years old and a secretary with dark brown hair and dark brown eyes and measures 36, 26, 36 and a half.
Miss Israel.
Here's Miss Israel, Irith Lavi, a student and a model, 18 years old, blonde hair and green eyes, and her measurements are 36, 24, 36.
Miss Philippines.
Here's Miss Philippines, Minerva Katagao, a student of 17. Black hair, black eyes, 35, 23 and a half, 35.
Miss South Africa.
Gillian Elizabeth Jessup is Miss South Africa. She's 20 years old. She's a blonde with brown eyes. She measures 36, 24, 36, and she's a student.
Miss Sweden.
Another blue-eyed blonde, Miss Sweden, Mai Christel Johansson. She's a model, 20 years old, 35, 23, 35.
Miss United Kingdom.
Yvonne Ormes, Miss United Kingdom, is 21 years old. She's obviously a blonde with blue eyes, a model, 36, 24, 36.
Miss United States of America.
Sandra Ann Walsfeld is Miss USA. She's a model of 24. She's a blonde with hazel eyes, and her measurements are 36, 22, 36.
Finally, Miss Yugoslavia.
Miss Yugoslavia is Teresa Yildiz. She's 19 years old. She's blonde with green eyes and a student, and she's waiting for somebody to tell her exactly which direction to go in. She measures, as you see, 35, 23, 35.
And so Miss Yugoslavia turns around to rejoin the other 14 who've reached this stage, and then all 15 will line up for a final judgment. From Miss Africa South at one end to Miss Yugoslavia at the other. A reminder that you and the judges are picking the final 7. It's traditional for everyone to disagree with the judges. Well, there are always 2 points of view, so this is a convenient moment to see the other point of view. Girls, would you please turn? And lovely, there you are, all round. Please, will you turn? Oh, there we are. In a few moments, we'll know who the final 7 are. Before we do, may I ask you, please, to lead off Miss Africa South. Well, I'm hoping that by now that the list of the final 7 is ready. Not many people know yet who the final 7 are. I think about 3 people in the room. One of them coming in now, clutching the list of the final 7, together with up to about half a dozen phrase books, is Mike Aspel.
Well, we'll get the girls on soon, because they don't throw things when the girls are on. Right, this is the part where I say, is this your first time in London? And they answer, Steve McQueen. So, actually, I don't think we're going to have so many problems with that, because I introduced the Magnificent 7 in no special order, except that it is really numerically. And I introduce, first of all, the first of the Magnificent 7 is contestant number 1, Miss Africa South. Who is Pearl Gladys Jensen. Pearl, would you like to stand on where that cross used to be? Now, this is your first time out of South Africa, isn't it?
Oh, yes, this is my first time I've been abroad.
Yes. Is this the place you wanted to come to?
Oh, yes, so many. Yeah. I've waited so long to come here. I didn't expect to be so soon.
How long will you be staying here?
No, I'm going back to South Africa on Sunday.
Just a quick trip?
Yes.
It's not your first title, though, by any means, is it?
No, I've won so many titles already. I've won Miss Africa 1968, 1969.
Now, you work as a machinist. What kind of work exactly is that?
Well, actually, you know, supervising machinist. I show them what to do and now to work on the machine.
You're sort of lady foreman, are you?
Yeah.
Will you continue to do that work always?
No.
What is your ambition, then?
My ambition is to become a successful model.
What was your family reaction when they knew you'd won this title?
Oh, well, they're quite thrilled and they feel proud, being the only daughter, you know.
Oh, well, that's an extra
Yes.
thrill. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Pearl.
Thank you very
Glad
much.
to take your place there. And the second of the 7 finalists is contestant number 7, Miss Brazil. Sonia Yaraguera, bienvenida a Inglaterra.
Gracias.
But you do speak English, don't you?
Oh, no, just a little bit.
A little bit. What shall we say? You work in a bank.
Yes, Citibank.
What do you do? Vorrei falar pouco de português.
Ótimo. Eu trabalho no câmbio, recepcionista do câmbio.
Oh, that's what she does. She's a sort of bank clerk, really. But if you were Miss World, you would travel, wouldn't you?
Oh, no. I want to study languages before the contest.
You want to study languages
Yes,
before?
yes.
It's a bit late now. It says in your publicity handout you are deeply happy to be in London to get to feel the manifestations and faces of one of the basic
yes.
civilizations of the world.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Do you have anything to say in Portuguese?
Bom, a primeira manifestação que eu vi aqui foi a dos lixeiros.
Muito
E a
obrigado.
segunda foi essa.
Thank you very much indeed, Sonia. And now we welcome contestant number 21, Miss Grenada. Who is Jennifer Josephine Hoston. Now, Jennifer, although you're the very first Miss Grenada, this isn't your first time in London, is it?
No, you're quite right. I have been here on quite a few occasions before.
One thing which I don't know if many people appreciate is that you were trained as a BBC announcer.
Yes, that's right.
When was this?
1965, approximately.
Was this for radio and television?
No, mainly radio.
Would you care to interview me for a change?
Certainly.
Well, I don't think... No, there's nothing I would like to tell you, actually. Now, you're an air hostess, so you must have seen most of the world.
Well, not really, because I fly with British West Indian Airways, and we go as far as Toronto. So I'm still dying to come to Europe on their flights.
I see. It's a short career, an air hostess, isn't it? What is your ambition after that? To go stay in broadcasting?
Well, I'd like to do a bit of broadcasting, but if by any chance I could incorporate it with a little acting, why, I'd be delighted.
Well, I'll see what I can arrange. Thank you very much, Miss Grenada. Thank you. And now we meet contestant number 28, Miss Israel. Who is Irith Lavi. Probably, would you like to step forward a fraction? You are one of the tallest contestants, aren't you?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, but I'm officially taller than you, but it doesn't make sense. Tell me, you're from Haifa.
Yes.
What is Haifa like?
We have beach, sunshine in Haifa, and it's a very nice place.
You're very much a summer girl, aren't you? Where do you go for holidays? Do you stay in Haifa?
I'm not staying in Haifa at all because I'm going to Tiberias. Well, I do there skiing, water skiing, and swimming.
Now, you're a student as well as a model. What are you studying?
Physical education.
And what will you do when you have qualified?
I didn't understand your question.
When you have finished your studies, what will you do?
I'll be a teacher, a sport teacher.
I understood the answer. Thank you, Miss Israel. Thank you very much. And now, contestant number 49, Miss South Africa. Gillian Jessup. Gillian, where were you born?
In Johannesburg, in South Africa.
South Africa. Oh, yes, of course. The Australian girl was born in Africa as well. I was confused. Now, you're a student. What are you studying?
I was studying a BA. I was a student until I won the competition, and then I had to go up to Johannesburg. They needed me there for 6 months before I came to London.
So, are you qualified now for a BA?
No, I'm not. I did a year and a half.
Will you return to those studies?
My father would like me to, but I'd like to go into modelling, I think.
But if you didn't go into modelling, what would your BA enable you to do? What do you specialise in?
I'd like to get into public relations or personnel.
Yes. Is this your first time in London?
It's my second visit, actually, but last time I was here for about 3 days, so you can't really count that.
Just a flying visit.
That's right.
It's a good old English name, isn't it, Jessup?
Yes, actually, it's Welsh descent, I think.
Oh, I see, so it's all British to start with. What are your hobbies?
My hobbies? Well, I love all outdoor sports, and I love reading, and hobbies. Fashion drawing.
You haven't time to tell me any more anyway. Thank you very much, Miss South Africa. Thank you. Well, 5 contestants, 2 more. The next is contestant number 51, Miss Sweden. Is my Christel Johansson. Would you like to stand there so they can see you? You do speak English, don't you?
Oh, yes, we are forced to learn it at school.
You're forced to learn it? I'm sorry, it's the same in our schools. I apologise for that. But willkommen to England anyway. You have been here before?
Yes, a few times, but not for very long. But I hope to be able to stay this time.
How long do you intend to stay?
Well, next week, I'm going to look for work.
In London?
Yes.
I see. Now, you're a model, but you have a different ambition, don't you?
Yes, I want to be a journalist.
And do you want to do that in Britain?
Oh, if I'm lucky, but you're not always lucky. It takes about 5 more years to study, and I think there are very much concurrence.
Well, you'll be a middle-aged lady of 25 by that time. Now, you're interested, it says here, in batik. What is that?
Oh, it's some kind of art, you know. You have wax and color. You color
wax.
everything. You wax.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. And paint. And you can design your own clothes with it, you know.
Just what I've always wanted. Yes. Thank you very much, Miss Sweden. Thank you. Six contestants. There are 7 finalists, and the 7th finalist is contestant number 56, Miss United Kingdom. Who is Yvonne Ormes. Yvonne, do you feel that you have an extra responsibility as a hostess here?
Yes, I suppose so. I try to look after the girls and also look after myself too.
Not easy to do both. What has the atmosphere been like behind stage?
It's been marvellous. I think all the girls have enjoyed it this year.
Because you've been in for several contests. Does it vary very much?
Yeah,
I mean, what is your answer to the people who accuse it of being, seriously, of being a cattle show and the rest of it? How do you feel?
I think it's complete nonsense, I really do.
Well, obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be here. You've had lots of travel in the past year. Where have you been?
Yes, I've been to Japan, and I've been out to the States, too.
Japan and the States?
Yes.
Well, that's not bad. If your beauty career was to end tonight, what would you do for a living?
I think I'd go back to my hairdressing. I'd have a hairdressing salon. And also I'd like to have a dress shop, too.
A hairdressing salon and a dress shop. Well, good luck in those. Thank you very much, Miss United Kingdom. Well, as Yvonne Ormes joins the others, we ask the girls to, rather the judges, to make their final parade. The judges to watch the final parade. How confused can you be? And if anybody says, by the way, that there are just as good-looking girls in their street, please send the address of your street to Michael Aspel, BBC Television Centre, W12. And if the pounding on the coal house door is getting too much, tell him it'll be over in just a few minutes. Incidentally, the fee is, the money the girls can earn in a year is something around £30,000, I believe. My own money on this contest is 10 guineas. It isn't much, but it's all I can afford. I'll be waiting for the signal now that the judges have made up their minds. Eric Morley is passing the forms amongst them. Was that a signal to say you're ready? Fine, because we have to be out of here by Sunday. Right, thank you very much. Will the girls please lead off Miss United Kingdom first? Thank you very much. Well, very soon we shall be acclaiming the new Miss World, which means, of course, it's goodbye to Miss World 1969. We met her briefly before. Now here she is again in a slightly different context as we say hello again and thank you very much and goodbye to Eva Rueber-Steier.
In a year of office, Eva has traveled all over the world: United States, Europe, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Vietnam, Formosa, Australia, and East Africa. Amongst the people she's been most thrilled to meet have been Bob Hope, President Nixon, and the King and Queen of Thailand. She'll be back soon to Austria, but not immediately. She's staying in England, hoping to pursue a career in show business, dancing, singing, and comedy, and then marriage to her Austrian lawyer fiancé. Well, who's going to take the title? Can it be Miss Africa South? Or Miss Brazil? Or Miss Grenada? Could it be Miss Israel? Miss South Africa? Miss Sweden? Or Miss United Kingdom? They are the 7 finalists.
Thank you. Thank you, Eva Rueber-Steier. That's the girl that Miss World 1970 has to follow, and we're about to learn who that girl is because the results are ready and we're about to learn them. Presenting the awards is the joint chairman of Mecca Limited, Mr. Alan B. Fairley. A reminder that Miss World is held in aid of children's charities in association with the Variety Club of Great Britain, worth thinking about. And now we have the results. The organising director, Eric Morley.
As is customary, I shall announce the results in reverse order. 5th, Miss South Africa.
And as well as a silver trophy, Miss South Africa, coming 5th, receives a cheque for £100.
4th, Miss Sweden.
This time with the trophy goes a cheque for £150 to Miss Sweden.
Third, Miss Israel.
Miss Israel almost forgot to collect her cheque for £250.
Second, and runner-up, Miss Africa South.
And for Miss Africa South, a very nice cheque for £500.
And Miss World 1970 is Miss Grenada.
And a tremendous success for Miss Grenada. The first time there's been a representative of that country. It's 22-year-old Jennifer Huston, an air hostess from Grenada. On goes the ceremonial cape. The trophy, the kiss from Mr. Fairley. And here's Bob Hope for the crowning ceremony. And with the scepter, the ceremony is complete. Jennifer Huston from Grenada.
Miss Grenada is Miss World 1970.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very many thanks